Hello, and welcome to a brand new day of free-to-play here on Magic the Gathering Arena. Get the dish on the latest with me, Lord Rumfish. So, full disclosure, this is my main account. I have spent $20 US in total on this account, ever. Anyway, I still consider it a free-to-play account. I've had it a long time. So this is an unusual take with mono red. I call it Hard Landing. So some of the things you'll see here are some of the usual suspects. However, let's start at the mana base. So you'll see 10 mountains, a Sokenzan, and then Riveteers Overlook, Maestros Theater, Cabaretti Courtyard. What the heck am I doing? Why do I have 9 of these weird fetch lands just to get a mountain? And the answer, my friends, is Cemetery Gatekeeper. So, the idea with Cemetery Gatekeeper here is to take a land out of a graveyard. In this case, we're going to make sure that one gets there. Right, and you could try to do this with blood tokens. You could run more of the Epicures. You could try to ensure through some sort of draw discard that you get your mountains into your graveyard in order for the Gatekeeper to exile one. But I prefer doing it this way. I think it just makes a pretty easy turn 1, turn 2 play if you want to go for it that way. The Gatekeeper will punish players for the rest of the game for playing lands. Now this does not trigger when a land enters the battlefield, just when the player plays a land, if it shares a card type. So, for example, if you need more lands later in the game, you'll take 2 damage when you play one of these, but you will not take 4 damage when it fetches up the mountain and the mountain comes in. In fact, you'll gain a life. So, that won't be too bad of an exchange for you if you need to do that. You also don't have to play the Gatekeeper on 2. You could play the Gatekeeper on 3 or 4. I think it's better to punish the opponent early in the game if you can, but if they're just holding open removal, you might lead with, some other creature with haste first. And we can do a lot of the stuff that normal mono red does. We've got Kumano faces Kakkazan as a 4 of, got Monastery Swiftspear, got a couple of Epicures, play with fire, the Bloodthirsty Adversaries, we've got 1 Feldon. Now we've got the 4 Gatekeepers, which First Strike is becoming a pretty unusual ability these days. They hand it out on attacking creatures pretty often, not as often on blocking. So the Gatekeeper is a surprisingly good defensive creature for this deck, as well as offensive. Lightning Strike, there's a Reckless Stormseeker, a Squee, a Chandra, but then there's some other unusual choices here. Running 4 Furnace Punisher. So this is part of the Hard Landing combo, which is not really a combo per se, it just means there's ways to punish the opponent with land. Right, the Gatekeeper can punish them for playing land. A Furnace Punisher will punish them for not playing basics. There are plenty of matchups where the Furnace Punisher is not going to trigger, but a 3/3 Menace is still a pretty good body to have on the field. It's hard for the opponent to block. Pretty good blocker for you. I've got a Falkenrath Pit Fighter, just trying out a different 1-drop here. There's a Flame Blessed Bolt, a little bit of early removal that exiles. Got a Strangle, another 1-mana play, solid early removal. An Eater of Virtue, just a 1 of, can make the creatures in the deck bigger, more threatening. It's legendary. Don't know that we would want more than 1 here, but just a chunk of equipment that's really cheap to move around. A couple of Abrades, deal with artifacts. And that pretty much sums up the deck here. So anyway, it's only 20 lands total. Runs pretty low to the ground, right? The curve tops out at 3. And this means that we don't have to get up to, 4 or 5 lands if we don't want to. We can. If the game plays out that way, we can, get down a Bloodthirsty Adversary and kick it for 5, and that's fine. But we can also play the lands close to the chest, keep them to discard, right, to a blood token from an Epicure or something, and not take damage ourselves. So, let's go ahead and dive in here. Up against Malukin. Alright, keep it. Lead on the theater. Well, there he is. Shocked him. Okay. Come in with the Adversary and the Gatekeeper. Shock him again. Down to 12. Flesh Gorger, well that's going to line up pretty nicely with what I've got here. I'm going to take 2. Gatekeeper is a symmetrical effect, so if you get into a damage race with the opponent, that's something to bear in mind. Oh, I will definitely take that action. So I could have done 3 more there, 2 to the face and 1 with the Swiftspear, but the opponent's going to shock themselves for me. Obliterator, I think it's too late. It's too late, opponent. Don't think that's going to matter. Yeah, I'll just sack mountains. I don't care. Up against Misomina. I do not have a land to pitch to the graveyard quite yet, so I may have a more traditional start here. But yeah, I don't think Swiftspear on 2 in this setup is anything to be complaining about. Double Kumano. That's pretty good. Going to 15. Well, I'm sure you've got removal. You're black. Removal's what you do, but are you attacking? Man, that's brave. That's awfully brave of them. Okay, so got a lot of instants in my hand. I think what I want to take out of a graveyard here, not an instant. I think I'd rather take a creature. That's what they want to do to try to out-mid-range me, is to get onto the battlefield in some way. Plus, taking a creature out of my graveyard means that they don't have food for their graveyard trespasser. Alright. You've equipped up your Evolved Sleeper. That's not going to avail you. You're going to get exiled. You're not going to draw anything. down to 5. Your turn. Sure. Play that shoulder. Take 2. Up against Tezzeret, 58. With a Koth avatar. With no sleeves. Okay, I'll keep it. Only on Kumano here. Underdog. Here's a Swiftspear. Here's another Kumano. Gets the Swiftspear to where the underdog can't kill it. Swing in for 3. They go to 15. Hell yeah. Sure.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Are you going to defend Liliana, or are you going to let her die? You're going to defend. They are choosing to defend. Okay. Swiftspear. Do I care that much about Liliana? Not yet. Get exiled. I'll let go of an Abrade if they plus.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Oh, it really seems to be sweating this discard. Maybe you shouldn't have plussed her. Is it really that hard? Gix. Alright, play the Overlook. Mountain. Go ahead and kill Liliana now. If they have removal, I don't want it to hit the Gatekeeper. Okay. So I think I'm gonna choose a creature here, actually. No, I'm gonna stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, pick a land.
The others can deal with fine. I know when I'm not. Sacrifices must be made.
Misery Shadow. Okay. Go ahead and kill that shadow. Be rid of it. Whip up the Eater of Virtue. Come in. Yeah, I have to play Land's opponent. You could just try to win the game from here. That'd be fine. Furnace Punisher. that's it. Up against Marcel Wissenberg. Weissenberg? Okay. Don't have a land for the Gatekeeper. Might take something else instead. Phoenix chick, huh? Maybe what he'll take is a Phoenix chick. Well, if I was going to do that, I'd want to get a bunch of creatures on the field out anyway, so I don't have creatures in my hand that are pinging me. So I'll just lead on the Pit Fighter. Not the worst blocker either. Are they stuck on 1 red mana? Well, in that case, I'm gonna go with Kumano faces Kakkazan, come in for 2, and say go. Heh. Up against SK1ZZ8. Yeah, this looks like a keeper. Lead on the courtyard. Underdog. Okay. Gatekeeper. Here we go. If they have a kill spell, they need to use it before they play opponent. Shock for 2. Too late. You are too late. You took 2. Okay. So, a trick we can do here is we can play with Fire the Underdog. Then we can gatekeep them. Now it does mean all these creatures in our hand are going to deal damage to us, which is not ideal. Well, they're probably going to kill this Gatekeeper anyway, though. So we don't even have to worry about it. And their underdog stays exiled, so that's fine. Okay. Couple ways I could play this. I think I'm going to go with Furnace Punisher and Pit Fighter. Furnace Punisher is a good blocker against the Conscript. I'd like to get more value out of the adversary in the future. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to trade the Punisher for the Trespasser here, I believe. Not concerned at all about that. Okay. Play another Punisher. Okay, Lillian.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Oh, Reckoner Raid. That's an interesting one. Maybe they're a little bit more of a black burn deck. In that case, they've probably got, I mean, not necessarily, of course.
One of your friends has to leave.
But... Oh, you're coming in. You're coming in. That's weird. Sure, I'll kill you. I'll kill your Liliana, too. Oh, hey, I could kill Liliana with bees. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do You all can kill Liliana, you go after their face. Yeah, you can block with the conscript, that's fine.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
But if they have like a black burn deck that's kind of like mine, they might have Corrupt on the top end of their deck. They'll have Invoke Despairs, that's part of the burn plan. They aren't necessarily, though. They could just be kind of like black aggro, below the ground. In which case they are not doing so well here. Let's see, I could lead in with Feldon and just try to get a bunch of cards off of him. Which is interesting. I think I just come in with the Punisher here. There's another Reckoner raid. Okay, so if I kill this Graveyard Glutton, then they're going to get back their little 2 untapped. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it here. Goodbye, Feldon. Yeah, you get back your skeleton. That's how that works. Eater of Virtue. Sure. Now, you could say I made the wrong play there. Maybe I should have been pressuring their face with this adversary. I would really like to get the added value off of it, though. Very much would like to. Okay, Road Captain, eat it. Punisher comes in, the end of turn. Underdog. Give me a mountain here. Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and come in with one. Punisher will kill any 2 of their things. They can get the conscript back. Eater of Virtue is going to give Menace now. There's another Reckoner raid. Do you dare to attack me? You dare to blitz the underdog. Are you going to come in with the conscripts? You are. No? Eater. Down to 1. Guess, no, they can't use the adversary, they're down to 2 life. And my adversary has Menace, if they don't think about that here... Okay. They do think about it. But if they have to block a Menace creature, that means they can't block 2 things, which means they die. Yeah, you can block there. You can do it. Up against Cow Chicken. Sounds like an early 2000s cartoon. Maybe 90s. Probably early 2000s. Keep. Lead on Courtyard. Bend the deck a little. Get food for the Gatekeeper. Oh. They're doing something odd over there too. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. While I'm here. And no, they will not take damage from the Evolving Wilds. That's not how Gatekeeper works. It's when you play a land, not when a land enters the battlefield. See, so they don't take 2 there. And you won't take 2, right? You take 2 from the theater, but not from the mountain that it fetches. Alright, so the opponent plays a swamp and gets shocked. They're double swamp here. So I wonder why they played the Evolving Wilds. If they've gone for 2 black here. Maybe they've got a tiny splash color. Or maybe they're doing something like me, where they want lands in their graveyard. So they've already taken 2 from the Gatekeeper. He's already kind of done his thing a little bit. So if he eats a removal spell on top of that, that's not the worst. I would love to keep him around, of course. If they kill him, then we don't have to hurt ourselves playing the land either. Ooh, they're gonna take another 2 to kill him. Ouch. Okay. So I'll take the lead on Chandra here.
Without the sun, I'll light your way.
Oh, you hear that? She'll light her way.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
Okay. Eater of Virtue is the warning shot. Eldritch Edict. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and get a fetch land out of the way. We're getting way too many lands here. Then a few out of the deck. Play the Adversary, see if they've got a cut down here. That's a yes. They were a little slow about it, though. Yeah, so I'm not sure why they're playing Evolving Wilds. Keep thinning the lands out. Might as well get in here for 2. Can equip one of those up with the Eater of Virtue next turn. There's a shoulder. With a lot of ways to shoot at her. I guess I'll just go ahead. Opponent's probably going to have another Goldred that they play. Guess that's how it happens. No, it's an Obliterator. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Well, they're getting very low here. I move this over here. Say no attacks for the moment. Figure out if we can get them from here. Okay, Furnace Punisher. That's pretty nice. They might have removal here, but it can't be a cut down. Cancel. That was a misclick. Okay, so they need to kill the Furnace Punisher here. Furnace Punisher is bad news for them. land. And yeah. I'll kill your Obliterator. I will do it. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tainted Adversary. I can't be too happy that they're stuck on 4 when they've got these Tainted Adversaries. Okay. Go ahead and come in. Yeah, you gotta block it with both. Heal it off. Play a mountain. Say go. Invoke Despair. Sure. They're gonna take 3. Then another land out of the deck here. There's almost no mountains left. Go to 6. They're almost down to the range of burn to the face here. I think they know it too. They could come in if they're brave. They're not brave. This is gonna give her menace. Because that's how the card works. Next thing's gonna have haste and menace. Most of the things in here should have haste anyway, but Eater of Virtue is a neat card. It's neat. I don't think you should run like 10 of them or anything, but I think it's a pretty cool card. A 1-of in an aggro deck seems pretty good. Well, so guess what? I'm still gonna trade with something of yours. Feel like attacking? Doesn't quite do it. Oh well. You can't win them all. I don't have a magical tool for, you know, how to beat Mono Black. Mono Black's a bad matchup for red. Okay. So, the deck does pretty well. Eater of Virtue actually performed very well for me this time out. I just kind of threw it in as a 1-of to see how it would do. It was pretty nice. Picking up Menace off the Furnace Punisher was pretty fantastic. Just start making all my hasty creatures into menacing creatures. That was really good. Gatekeeper was a must-kill threat throughout the games. With the first strike, he pairs up incredibly well against other early game plays like Tenacious Underdog. The opponent simply must clear him out of the way, and most opponents don't read the card enough to use a kill spell before they play a land, so he almost always pings the opponent. And if they can't get rid of him, he'll just run away with the game. That's something pretty useful in a 2-drop. Furnace Punisher was solid, even when the opponent had basic lands, was still a solid card to play. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the deck. And you know how to tune a red deck, seasoned to taste. Until next time, stay cool.